If you watch my show or listen to the radio, I love the sport of rodeo. In 1995, I moved here. These are a couple of my friends when I moved here. Luke Kraut, Dan Fowlie. It's good to have you guys here.
It's good to see you, brother.
Scottsdale's Parada Del Sol coming up. Parade happened a couple of weeks ago, but Scottsdale's interesting. You grew up here.
I grew up right in this valley. I went to Camelback High School and then worked a brief time at Scottsdale Feed Yard, which is no longer.
Now, where was that?
It was Scottsdale Road and the ditch bank there. And
So,
I couldn't even tell you what crossroads that'd be now, but that was 1980-ish. That we worked on the processing crew.
Image of Scottsdale has turned into high fashion, a lot of money, good food, restaurants, entertainment, but they've really worked hard to maintain their cowboy roots, their Western roots.
Without a doubt, and what deep roots they have in that area. You know, Scottsdale, Arizona was the cattle trading hub of the United States at one point through the 50s and 60s, and our snowbirds and the beautiful sun that brings them is what actually made Scottsdale the great not only point of commerce, but destination vacation spot that it is, and that cowboy heritage played a very intricate role in that.
And you came to the States permanently when? What year?
Yeah, 95.
And you came to Arizona. And this was it known around the world in the rodeo world where you grew up? Was it known as a rodeo place back then?
Yeah, it was. You know, like Phoenix used to have a JC's rodeo. That was the 5th largest rodeo in the country. And then Scottsdale's always been a big prestigious rodeo. So, yeah, there was some buzz, and Prescott, of course. So Arizona was a cowboy state. Still should be. Is.
What do you guys think of the museum? There's a brand new, is it a cowboy museum or rodeo museum in Scottsdale?
It is, Sackett and Brown, and it showcases a lot of not only Scottsdale's rodeo history and heritage and Parada Del Sol, which is the same rodeo, new name, same game, but it does pay homage to a lot of the great Arizona cowboys who have been not only working ranch cowboys, but arena cowboys as well.
And you know some of the best, like Cody Custom we're all familiar with, but you guys have worked with and seen some of the greatest in the world when it comes to the sport of rodeo right here. Ty Murray went to high school in Arizona.
Without a doubt, and there's a long, long list of guys, and then you figure into the equation northern Arizona and the mighty Navajo Nation, and what a presence of cowboy talent is starting to emerge from that area as well. Arizona always has, and world champion starting back in 1929 called Sombrero Butte, Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I moved here in 95, and there's a picture that we were looking at of you and I in the arena at Mr. Lucky's, which was an iconic, back then, that was some great bull riding that went on there, and you were announcing in the arena then. Mm-hmm. Those were some good days here.
Yeah.
Well, and bull riding has always been kind of the showcase event of rodeo, and we all remember those days. They're here in this valley and launched many a good career. And this year, Scottsdale Rodeo is no different. We have so many bull riders entered here this year, Mike. Thursday night, not only are we paying homage to our first responders, but on Thursday night, it is a full section of bull riding only, and introducing the young guns of Arizona in and amongst that in a local company.
That was the cool stuff back then in the 90s. When I met Luke, you were one of the best bull riders in the world. I mean, really, at that time, you were one of the most respected guys, and you were getting on and fighting bulls in that arena, and people would say it was a bar with a bull riding, but some of the most talented people ever were riding in that arena then.
Yeah, there was a lot of greats come through that arena when I was fighting bulls there, guys coming through town broke, needed to make some money, and you could make some money at Mr. Lucky's, you know. But a lot of talent guys, like from rodeo to rodeo, pull in there, and it'd be nothing to see a world champion or a guy in the top 15 in the world at Mr. Lucky's every once in a while, yeah.
When the PBR was starting out, I don't know if you guys remember this, and for the people that don't know some of the names, you'll recognize them. I remember a night that the bull riding was full, and they turned Adriano Marias away.
I thought you might say that, yeah. I remember that very same night. Yeah.
Wow, who was he?
One of the biggest names in bull riding ever. You know, was the first two-time champion of the PBR, wasn't he the first time to win it twice?
And that's went on to additional championships as well.
Yeah.
Brazilian cowboy.
Right.
It was just that history back then of watching some of the best, and I was such an observer back then. I was kind of in awe of all of the people that were so good in the business, and to look back now at that little bar that launched so many careers.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it was amazing. It, you know, and they had a good program there. You could go there and practice, and you could go there and win some money in the open competition. And then they had a really good novice deal there where you could work up your way up. And and strive for bigger and better things. Yeah.
What I want to talk about is the Parada Del Sol Rodeo that's coming up, because I love this rodeo, and even if you don't know a lot about the sport, this is a great way to get introduced, because the talent of both the cattle and the cowboys and cowgirls is absolutely amazing.
It is. It will showcase the best in our game of rodeo. You know, if you want to follow great rodeo, follow great weather, and there's no better weather than what takes place here in Scottsdale. It draws the very top in the game, and the money that they add at the Scottsdale Rodeo makes it a must-stop for the Cowboys.
In the sport of rodeo, cowboys and cowgirls are ranked by the money they win. So getting an early, fast start, the more you can win, the higher you get ranked. Early season rodeo, people are healthy. This is a great rodeo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, athletes are all healthy. They're ready to roll, ready to go for the new year. You can win a chunk of change at Scottsdale, so they kind of got to be there. And then our livestock is amazing. Like, we're going to have a set of bulls out that are unbelievable. We've got NFR quality bulls there, bulls that have been to the NFR, and our horses and broncs and that kind of stuff have a really great breeding program that the Salt River Rodeo Company has, and the animal athletes are going to be outstanding there.
That's something that's changed, I think, over the last 15 or 20 years, is that the animals, the bucking bulls especially, are as more attractive, or the bigger names sometimes, than the cowboys getting on them. I mean, people know these animals like you know racehorses in their names.
Correct.
Exactly.
And indicative of American agriculture, you know, the order was put out for better and better bulls, and they have certainly risen to the occasion. The handful of bulls I rode when I rodeoed came from a livestock auction, and now they practically come from a test tube through just unbelievable genetics and embryo transfers, and very, very no cost is spared to breed the genetics of these bulls that are.
You alluded to weather, and
Yes.
both of you would know it's hard to rodeo anyway, but it's tough in bad weather.
Correct.
What's this perfect weather do for this rodeo?
Well, and you know, being inside in West World,
Sure.
it's the best of the
Yeah,
best.
the facility is incredible.
Right.
Without a doubt. Travel, it makes it easy for the Cowboys to get here. You know, they're coming out of Texas, a lot of them that have been battling storms, and get out here, and it's a must and a feel good. The horses feel good. Look for electric times in all of our timed events, because the animal athletes are just like the cowboy and cowgirl athletes. They like it too.
When you look at what's available, there's the entertainment that's surrounding this rodeo. It's not just the event in the arena. This is an event all over.
This is a huge event that it's got something for everybody, whether you're 6 to 600 years old. And we're blessed this year.
Where am I on that list?
You're closer to the 600. But anyway, we have one of the top clowns in the rodeo game who will keep folks absolutely laughing. Cody Sosby's a national finalist veteran. Then we have a group of ladies from California, the Riata Ranch Cowboy Girls. And what those girls do horseback with their trick riding and their ability to rope and things like that. I don't want to let the whole cat out of the bag, but
Right.
man, are they talented.
Now, how about they have concerts and they have dances, so people, the entertainment surrounding the rodeo is big too.
Yeah, we got some really good bands coming to play. One of my favourite bands of all time, Jason Boland and the Stragglers, will be there Saturday night. But there's vendors all around there. Like, you can do some shopping and come and hang out. Come early and stay late. It's a good time, and like Dan said, there's something there for everyone.
Your rodeo ticket gets you in that rodeo dance outdoors
That's the other
every
thing
night.
I was going to
Yep.
mention. So let me talk about one thing I love about the sport is the camaraderie, because it's a competition. You've got to win money to get down the road and to get rankings. But when you have somebody else, if you're a bull rider, you're still cheering for the guy on the back of that bull, even if they knock you out of first place. I mean, that's something that's kind of rare in sports, that there is a camaraderie in this business.
It's the true winning attitude of the American cowboy right there. You know, we all want to win, but we don't want to do it unless everybody gets a fair shot to strut their stuff.
And one of the things I want to point out is you're known as one of the best bullfighters in the country, have been for a long time, and now your son and you, were you the first father and son team to fight bulls at a professional rodeo?
No, I believe Miles and Rowdy Berry done
Okay.
it in Oregon, but we did the second one, and damn sure the first Australian one to do it.
What's it like? What's it like to fight bulls with your son?
You know, it is unbelievable, because all of the stuff that we've put into it, and he's gathered information from other bullfighters all over the world, really, and done some different stuff that, you know, I gave him a start, and he's went out and done his own research and come up with his own style. But to work with him, it's unbelievable because I know he's going to be there and he knows I'm going to be there and the job's done.
You're known as fearless, and for the guys that get on bulls, and you're an announcer, you know this, when guys know that Luke's in the arena, they feel better about if they get in some trouble that you're going to be there. Is it a little bit nerve-wracking knowing that your son's in that position too? I mean, do you get a little nervous for him?
No, not at all. No, not at all. He's a better athlete than I am, and he's got better training and better help than I've ever had. He's actually, I would think he's more confident than I am.
Well, he said it on camera. That was going to be my next question, but that's great because he gives you all the credit and a lot of the credit for teaching him. Listen, if you want to see something that is family friendly, that is as patriotic a thing as you're ever going to see, and Arizona centric, there's nothing like the Parada Del Sol Rodeo. These are two of the superstars that will be there, so get out there and see the rodeo. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
I'll
Good
be
to
back.
see you.